Robert Morris for Save the Silly Humans and Save Humanity. It's been bugging me all day, and I've felt like I needed to record something, but I didn't know where to start. And well, I've still been reeling since Saturday night's show. It was a awesome show. I've never been so entertained by my entire 6-month career doing this. No, but seriously, it was enlightening, and I guess where I'll start is first off my conveyance of my, despondency towards those that are no longer awake, the ones that have been brainwashed. And Thor pointed out a good point, and I had reached a point of disgust to the point where I blame people for their inaction and their the simple ignorance, and for being so easily fooled. Like, if people like us work so hard to try and expose these lies and these false flags, why is it they can't wake up and pay attention, right? And for that reason, I guess, I had a little bit of a chip on my shoulder, and I promise from this day forward I will no longer use the term sheeple to describe those that we are trying to wake up. I thought long and hard about it, and I've come to that conclusion. And promise, guys, we're all capable of change. You just need to be steered in the right direction by the right people with love in their heart. And anyway, so forgive me, all of you wonderful people out there who just are unaware. You won't hear that word come out of my mouth in regards to you anymore. Anyhow, moving forward, I found an interesting article today on a website called Brainsterbator, and it was an article written in 2010, and it's titled "The Conspiratainment Complex." And it's actually quite interesting because 2010, I don't know how old the truther movement is per se, quote unquote, but we were, labeled as conspiracy theorists, and, still are by the masses. But this article actually goes into the conspiracy theory community, and kind of details out and compares how it is very similar to the rise of and I can never say this word, evangelicalism, and you know what I mean, the churches and the Crusades, because they were all like all of these splintered religious groups through the last couple thousand years were able to operate with impunity as individual orthodox or unorthodox groups. And it kind of mirrors what's happening today with our truther communities right now, as you are having a lot of opposed views, a lot of different takes. Does this all sound familiar? And I guess the point is that like religion, everybody's going to have an opinion about something. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody does have one. And what we need to do is, again, like we touched on Saturday night several times, I believe, is that, the root of our problem is that we are so hung up on the what as opposed to the why. And what we need to do is, while expressing all of our views, because not any one of us could necessarily be right. Not any one of us is necessarily wrong. And we got to keep pushing those points, yes. But in the act of working and operating as a team, as a unified unit, we got to put those views aside. It's not the views the views aren't the message. The views are not the message. The message is the world's fucked up, and people aren't paying attention to where real information and real research is coming out from. Now, yes, there's a huge stigma associated with the truther community because we're armchair warriors. I mean, we go from website. We use the information that we can gather from the sources online. And for that reason, anybody who thinks that they're smart will automatically think that, oh well, you can find any answer that you're looking for and add logic to it and make it sound feasible. Now, that immediately puts us into a category of not necessarily true, and again, the unawoken will turn to CNN because it's gospel. Now, this means two things. First off, and I'll go into production value first. I'm not saying that anybody's making shitty videos. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that we need to start organizing, start creating productions that people want to see. Come together, start combining YouTube videos into larger presentations, maybe stories, backstories of the people that are telling the stories. Like, these kinds of things will actually add credibility and substance to the theories themselves. I mean, they're only as effective as as far as the listener wants to invest their time. And if, for instance, I was putting out videos about black holes, and I've been a plumber all my life, going into that isn't necessarily going to give people, a whole lot of confidence in what I'm saying, because then again, all I've done is compiled information off the interwebs. But, however, if by being a plumber, what if I spent 10 years researching quantum physics and nobody said that, and nobody knew that, and nobody covered that aspect? Then, if they did, then maybe, being a plumber's not so bad. Everyone needs to make money, and now, you're suddenly a notch above where you were. I guess what I'm trying to say is that people are simple creatures, and they have knee-jerk reactions to stimulus, and we have to kind of we have to basically smooth that out. And the only way we're going to do that is by kind of using the techniques and the style of, and I know you guys hate the idea, but it's like we have to kind of use the mass media's tactics, the mainstream media's tactics, to win our people back and show them like what's going on. And the second thing that I wanted to kind of go on about is we need to start to delegate. We need to start to organize. We need to create like a not necessarily a structure. I hate structure. Structure compartmentalizes and limits people. I like people to do things like outside of the box. I like to think outside of the box as much as possible. And in fact, that's why I'm doing this video. We need to start collaborating, and what's happening now is I see it happening. This is something that's happening, and it is moving forward. But it's going to take time. But the number one thing before anybody will be able to work together is the views and the opinions have to get put aside. We have to be able to unify and spread the one message, and that is that shit's about to go sideways in a big way, and we need to collectively, win the hearts and minds of our people back, no matter where you're from. And I guess you could say that's the end of this short video. I love you all, and I know there's a couple of some feelings have been hurt in the last 3 episodes. A couple of people. You guys got to remember too, man. I'm new at this. If I didn't invite you on the last show, it wasn't because I was trying to snub you. It's just because we're new, and we're trying to fit as many people in as possible. I mean, we had a backlist of 15 people on standby to send invites to if we had lines open, and we sent out tons of invites on Saturday. So I mean, if you didn't get on, don't get upset. there's more shows coming out. The Rapid Fire Free for All is going to happen later this week. I still haven't decided on a day yet. I don't want to conflict with any of the other popular shows out there that are actually doing something constructive. And I mean, I was thinking maybe possibly Thursday night, but I'll leave it up for I gotta talk to the different communities and see whose toes I'm stepping on and figure out a good time, because I want to be able to open up the lines to everybody in the channel, in the community rather, and allow you to get in there first in, first up, and there's something that you want to say, I want to know, and and there's the other thing too, and it's connected with the first thing I was talking about amping up the production quality of, and the general flavor of what we do, and that is to get your DSLR cameras out in the streets, start talking to the people. We got to show them that, like, we want to know how they feel, and like, you can just pummel them with videos and they're gonna shut down, but you get them in your face. You get in their faces rather. They might tell you to go jump in the lake, but on the other hand, when people realize that someone out there is interested in what they're feeling and thinking, they'd be more likely to wonder why you're wondering about their general, well-being, and when they're curious, that's when they're going to start opening the doors that we are building here. So, guys, this is an interactive process. Don't limit yourself to YouTube. It's a compartment. It's designed to keep their thumbs on us. It's designed to piss us off and make us feel helpless, because you want to have integrity, so you don't click the monetization button, because I won't. And guess what? I still have a low number of subscribers now. I don't care about subs. I tried to make that clear Saturday night. I will never ask for a sub. I will never ask for a thumbs up, because I don't give a shit about that. All I care about is the message getting out, and if people want to share it, share it. People want to sub. You want to thumbs up me? Thumbs up me. I will have to say the Rapid Fire Free for All show is only going to be opened up to the Save the Silly Humans community, so you will have to join that in order to get into the queue. But other than that, like I said, man, I'm not about ego. I don't give a rat's ass about monetization unless it's going to pay for me to do this full time, and then that's where I'm going to sell t-shirts and find some way to make cash. But other than that, guys, we got to start thinking responsibly, and we got to get organized, and we got to start making some serious plans. It's the only way to get the powers that be to sign that 100-year truce that Thor was talking about, and I believe wholeheartedly in it. So, that said, guys, you have a wonderful night. Much love and thanks to all of you, and I look forward to our next event. And just take care, and take care of each other, guys.